one no be ebelebe. This one no be maza maza. No more Nigeria. Now Biafra all the way. This one no be ebelebe. This one no be maza maza. I said no more Nigeria. You need to hear this. You need to see this. You need to testify. You need to hear this. You need to see this. You need to testify. No more companies. No more lies. You need to hear this. You need to see this. You need to testify. You need to hear this. You need to see this. You need to testify. Say something the world 55 years old. Nothing is wrong. I don't understand. My mama told me the fool that's put in this world is the fool forever. No more Nigeria. No more Nigeria. Now it's all the way. No more Nigeria. No more for them. It's all the way. Race to India, Nigeria don't know. Constitution will have law. Shame on you. I was the monkeys, people in the zoo. They are the same. They are not civilized. That is one. 3% government cannot fulfill. 2%, 1%, government cannot fulfill. Individuals, no one for them. No more Nigeria. Everywhere, scatter, everywhere. Now Biafra all the way. Now Biafra all the way. Alright, now Biafra all the way. Biafra all the way. This one no be ebelebe. This one no be maza maza. No one can believe that. This one no be ebelebe. This one no be maza maza. We say no more Nigeria. Now Biafra all the way. You need to hear this. You need to see this. You need to testify. No more confidence. No more lies. No more sleep. You need to hear this. You need to see this. You need to testify. You need to hear this. You need to see this. You need to testify. You need
Greetings once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscious people wherever you are all over the world. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Radio Biafra London. Radio Biafra London is being anchored by the Deputy Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, Mazi Uche Okafor. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Mazi Uche Okafor is the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. And like I always say, one day we will understand the mindset behind those words. He is standing on a deputizing capacity on behalf of our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the King of Afari Beku, the one and the only man who stood up to speak for the collective interests of the Biafran people for almost 60 years now. Having said that, I welcome you wonderful Biafrans across the globe, wherever you are joining me from. We will acknowledge the Creator before we proceed. Because in the end, He is our wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. He is our guide, a hope, and stay. In matter both great and small, He remained the primordial influence that drives us. We are gone as a people without Him. And in my humble way, I will appreciate Him tonight. Onye nwanyị ozitego ndị mozi ya ka ọ gbapụta anyị ịmakwa n'ọnọdụ anyị na-emetụ ya n'obi ọ na-emetụ ya obi mgbe niile eze ga-adị ndụ ọ na-adị ndụ leo onye nwanyị ozitego ndị mmozi ya ka ọ gbapụta anyị ịmakwa n'ọnọdụ anyị na-emetụ ya n'obi ọ na-emetụ ya obi mgbe niile eze ga-adị ndụ ana m aja gị mma o maka n'eziokwu na ịmara mma ịhụnanya na gị obiọma gị o juru anya dadi o inwe gị mgbanwe o ọ dịghị onye dịka gị ebu Alfa na Omega anyị niile na-asị na ịdị mma o ise. And of course, as always on this segment, the theme remain back to your root. Honestly, I want to believe we have come of age. The theme remain back to your root. And a lot of people will not understand. But of course, our duty is to make you understand. When we talk about our root as black, when we talk about our rule as black across the globe, we're really not proud of who our fathers are. But really, I don't blame you. The issue of Corona has opened everybody's eye. I never knew people in America know what is Abu. Everywhere from China to Japan, they went back to their root. And now you understand the importance. It's not about your religion. It's not just about Ogomo. It's not just about what you thought is right or wrong based on the perspective of the imperialist. No. Back to your root, simply say, who is your father? Whose sons are you? Whose sons are you? Who is your father? Who is your mother? Go back and find out who they are. Maybe you will begin to see how important you are. Maybe you begin to see meaning into your life. It's going to change the course of your whole being, your whole existence. Everything you lived for, everything you bled for, everything you died for, you will begin to see they will give you a new meaning if you are able to go back to your root. Our leaders say a people without the knowledge of their root, they are like a people who don't know where they are coming from. And as such, they don't know where they are going to. But having said that, our topic this evening is simply titled, the importance of family and the role played by our ancestors. The importance of family and the role played by our ancestors. It is going to be a very long study, but I could only pray that the Almighty Creator will help you see closely. Family is very important. Family cover a whole wide range that comprises of everything that represent who we are and what we are going to be in the future. Family cannot be restricted to a settlement. It cannot be restricted to an hamlet, a village, a community, a society, a nation, a marriage. It carries in-depth meaning. And most of us use that words we do not understand. But in this series, we are going to look at the importance of family. There was a time I watched a particular film. It is titled The Crime-Free Man. Around 1998 or thereabout. And something struck me that I never forget that insult. They were somewhere in Vancouver. And every tribe or breed or kind of Homo sapiens were gathered in that meeting. The Caucasians were there, the Europeans were there, the Asians were there, the blacks were there. And each of them represented their people. They spoke like men of honor. And when it was time for the black man to speak, and then a Chinese man stood up and shone the black man down and said, "You are from the breed and the kind that betray your own." They were actually making plan. But you will say it's a film. It's not a film. They speak to us indirectly through all this medium. They see the black as the kind that betray their own. But it's okay. Because I want to believe they are almost right. But having said that, if you do not understand the importance of family, your life can never have meaning. In those days when I joined IPOB, I used to hear IPOB, one family, IPOB, one family. But how many of us really understand what it means? Do you know the meaning of family? IPOB, one family. If you understand the implication behind that word, most of the things we are doing today, some of us will not do it. But of course, we have to look into family to enable us guide our way in order to save the next generation. Our fathers did their job well. We are the problem. Because we abandoned the way of our ancestors. Family. Tonight, I will want to start from my community, where I come from. That does not mean that my community is better than your own. I am not here to point out to you that I am more superior than you. But I want us to understand that it is a privilege to come from a standard home. But whether you come from a standard home or you do not come from a standard home, you still have all it takes to make a good family. Family. For instance, the name of the place I come from is Abo. And of course, I forgot to introduce myself. I remain George Onyibe. I am from Abo. Abo is in Delta State. Like I said, I am from Abo. Abo simply means family. Abo means family. These are my family. That is what Abo means. Many Abo people don't know. They think it's foreign language. Most especially when they have told you you are from Yoruba. Most especially when Nigerians have properly indoctrinated you, you are not Igbo man. Abo means family. It means family. We have 474 communities in Abo. Different type of Abo. But whoever our ancestors or our father was, he understands that we will be very wide in a time like that. He keep reminding them, you are family, you are family, you are family. And I always tell people, you cannot see two Abo people fighting do or die. We quarrel. But we don't fight do or die. I have said it time without number. Because the preparation our ancestors prepared the family we come from, that even when we are quarreling and killing ourselves, it's almost impossible for another person to know. Because they believe, what am I trying to say in effect? They understand that when you want to slap your brother, you don't slap them so deep. You use wisdom. But there is so much for us to learn. This evening, I'm just going to make introduction to enable us look into every area of the family, and so that we as Biafran people will understand why we are going through this precarious situation that we have found ourselves in. And now, when we talk about family, it is important we understand how it originated. If we want to go back to the Bible, Genesis says God created man and woman. He asked them to become husband and wife. And he said to them, go and make family. And so Adam and Eve became the first family. I remember one day in the class we were being taught about family in the Christendom, in the Christian setting. And they said family is an institution. And I remember I told my teacher, this definition is not correct. Family cannot be an institution, because institution is somewhere you go to, you graduate and you pass out. Family, there is no graduation. There is no graduation in family, and as such, it cannot be an institution. It goes beyond institution. We debated it, but they saw my own point of view. God said to Adam and Eve, go and have children, multiply and fill the earth. But Bill Gates and other people say no, reduce population, because they want to play God, and men don't see what is happening. Let me not digress anyway. To form a family is a process. It's a journey. And a journey that there is no intention. A journey that is supposed to continue to the end. And so the first thing you need to understand is that family originated. Before our leader came, we have been so divided that we don't know that we are family. And when our leader Mazen Nandekano came, for the first time, we start saying, Abo, you are Biafra. Akwa Ibom, you are Biafra. Ijo, you are Biafra. Isoko, you are Biafra. Urobo Shekiri, you are Biafra. And I remember then Yoruba were mocking. Everybody is now Biafra. Idoma, you are Biafra. Igala, you are Biafra. Everybody start mocking. Hey, this man want to carry everybody. This man want to carry everybody. Small time Fulani we say is in fact Atiku mock us with it. Obasanjo mock us with it. After all, we are all Biafra in the Ara. But I won't face them this evening. Our leader was able to point everybody out to a single direction because the work of our ancestors begin to surface. Family. How do they form family? How did we come to be? Because for those of you who are a member of IPOB already, you understand what I'm saying. When we gather in a meeting, it doesn't matter where you come from. Everybody say IPOB, one family. IPOB, one family. Origin. When you want to start a family, it takes the union of two or more. But the primary principle or foundation of instituting a family, starting up a family, is for a man and a woman to come together. They make vow. They make oath. They take oath. They set up rules and regulations that will control them, govern them. And they set out. Our fathers in the ancient days understand the need why certain principle must be laid down, certain rule must be laid down, and it must be for the favor of everybody. They have provision for children who will not listen to them. They have provision for children who will listen to them. But their main target is to make sure that no matter who you are, in the end you will emerge as a family. And then a man will marry one wife. He will travel to a very corner of the forest and settle. And maybe after some time, there is need for him to grow the population. He will go and marry more. But let's go to the Bible. For instance, God said to Abraham, you will leave the city of Ur. You will leave your father's home. You will go to where I'm going to show you. Take your sister Sarah, your wife, and go to where I'm going to show you. For through you, I want to raise a family. And Abraham sojourned with his wife Sarah, who was actually his own sister. And Sarah couldn't have a child. But Abraham had a family to build. Sarah along the line said to Abraham, now you see I cannot have children. Please take my housemaid, Hagar. Let him have children. And so Hagar, Sarah's maid, gave birth to the first son of Abraham, Ishmael. But God in his infinite wisdom and mercy, later on gave Sarah a son. And so Abraham had two sons. Because Abraham understands that Isaac and Ishmael are still his son, he didn't curse any of them. He said, according to the covenant of Elohim, Isaac will be the son of the covenant. But Ishmael will not be. But Ishmael also will be a great nation. From his lineage come a great nation. This is family. Ishmael may not accept it. But in my dialect, they will say Ishmael is not Ishube. There are families that the first son is not the first son. When you are the first son of your father and your mother was not properly married as of the time they gave birth to you, and your father did not marry your mother and move ahead to marry another woman, no matter how older you are than to that child of the married woman, you are not the first son. According to tradition and culture, you are not the first son. In my place, they will say, yeah, Lishube. Of course, you may be the first son. But according to the culture, you are not heir to the throne. But these are knowledge too hard for you to understand anyway. But we are looking at the origin of family. And Abraham went on, and then Isaac continued from there. And meanwhile, gradually, the member of the house of Abraham, Abraham's servant, and the rest of them have gradually begun to integrate, interwoven with the family, the blood lineage of Abraham. And then finally, when Joseph moved into Egypt, Abraham died. Isaac was old. He's giving birth to Joseph. Now he has two sons. Isaac has a son and Jacob. But both of them are the children of Abraham. There is rule that governs the family. There is planning that governs the family. That is why every one of them are pointed to a direction. That is why when the children of Israel were in the wilderness, the children of Saul did not attack them. Because they said they are our brothers. They let them pass. And then the family, according to covenant, moved into Egypt. It should be about 72 of them that moved into Egypt. Out of that 72, 60 of them are Abraham's servants. The family servant of Abraham. Only 12 were Abraham's children. And in total, the children of Abraham that entered Egypt should be 3 sons in Egypt, 1 Egyptian woman, that is 4, 4 plus 12, that is approximately 16. But while they lived sojourn in the land of Goshen, both the bond servant, both the free servant, everybody who was a property of Abraham, directly or indirectly, they intermarried in Goshen. They have become one family. The bond is so great that the children of Abraham, the pure children of Abraham, cannot separate them any longer. Only God himself could separate them any further. And so for 440 years they sojourned. 420 years later they left Egypt. And God knew that family must be defined. Family must be defined. I'm just trying to make you see how it originated. And so the moment they entered the wilderness, God said to Moses, you must build me a tabernacle. The tabernacle was later replaced by the temple of Solomon. And so if God was actually talking to like my father, God would have said to Moses, you must build me a shrine. You know, when it is a black man tabernacle, it's a shrine. Only when it's a Onyibe man, it's a temple. All of them are the same. Let's not deceive ourselves. God said to Moses, set up a tabernacle. And this tabernacle must be divided into 2. I am giving you reference because this is what we do. This is our culture and tradition. Even before the first black man read the first white Onyibe Bible. But I'm just trying to make you understand how it was. Little things that are missing. And then the tabernacle was set up. And God said to Moses, tell them, if you know you are pure breed, Abraham's son, enter to the inner court. Because the tabernacle was divided into 2, the inner and the outer court. Enter inside the inner court. Elohim said to Moses, if any mixed blood enter that inner court, I will kill that person myself. And Moses warned them seriously. If you know you are Eliezer's son, you now marry Abraham's daughter, or you are Eliezer, you are not pure breed, do not go to the inner court. And so for the first time, the family understand who is who. Today, no matter what the Israel today may do, they know that Solomon pregnanted many women. They understand the story of the Queen of Sheba, among others. And so no matter how much envy will drive them, a day will come, they will understand that blood is thicker than water. This is just a simple way that family starts. Family can start by the action, agreement, union of a man and woman. Family can also start by the agreement of different individuals who agree to abide by the same rule, the same principle, the same value system. I went to a community in Imo State. And when we got there, I saw a statue that was molded at the junction to that community. I think it is 9 of them, men and women. They call the place Mbitori. Whether Mbitoru or Mbitori, but in Imo State. I so much love the way they position that statue. For those of you who are from Imo State, the deputy governor of Imo State under Rogers Okorocha, his community was where we went to. The road leading to his community, if you are from Imo State, you will know that at that junction, they mold people and they put chain in their hand. It was that chain that captivated my attention, and I asked that brother, why are they chaining this statue? Are they chaining the destiny of this community, or what could this chain mean? The brother said to me, 9 people came together to form this community. And that is why they call it after that name, Mbitoru. Among them were men, among them were women, and he said, this first family, the first family out of the 10 community that formed this very kindred, this one is called this one, this one is called this one, this one is called this one, this one is called this one. 9 of them came together, and they formed a family. When you dig their history down, it will amaze you where they all come from. But principle held them together. Today, when you say I'm from Bitoru, somebody will say, which side? You be my brother. For instance, the village I come from, we have a general name. But when you say you are from here, they begin to ask you, you cannot come out and say I'm from Abo. Once you say I'm from Abo, the next thing they will ask you is which side of Abo? Which side of Abo? Family. Somebody made it. Today, here we are in IPOB. We in fact, almost every Biafran community have their own dialect. But yet, in our heart of heart, we agree that we are family. Not because there is reason for us to agree, but because in the heart of our heart, we know this is the absolute truth. Because before the Akwa Ibom man will count 3 of his grandfather, he will land in Enugu or Abia State. Before the Ijaw man will count 5 times, he will see that he run across the whole of Biafra land. You will see that when Robo begin to mention 3 names, he will land in Anambra or Kozo. Isoko, everybody, you will see that at the end of the day, we don't know all these things. But inside our heart of heart, we know the truth. Of course, my wife is from Benue. I knew they were Biafran Idoma. And when I joined IPOB, I told her, you people are Biafran, so. He said, no, but they say we be not tenant. I said, that thing, they bite my belly. Make we just divorce now, not tenant. Who told you? And we went to the grandfather and said, who are you people? His grandfather at that time was the oldest man in Ombulo. He said, the next community is Eke. Eke Ajide. Kendi na Eke. He didn't go deep. And for the first time, you don't search for what makes you family. But they live among us already. They live in us already. Origin. Our leader understands this. And when he came, he said, IPOB, one family. IPOB, one family. Because he knows that only as a family, that is how we can survive. But you that is listening to me as a Biafra, most especially those of you in IPOB, are you sure we are one family? Use your tongue and cut your teeth. Only this truth will save us. I'm not talking to those who are not in IPOB already because they are unbelievers and they shall be born again. We are preaching for them to be born again. But those of you who have been born again, are you sure we are one family? Because if we don't stand as one family, without having 2 standards of judgment, you don't know what the enemy will do to us. You can be deceiving yourself and be pretending. You can do anything you like. If you do not stand as one family, our misery has just begun. Where I come from, they understand that in every family, there is always a bad child. We say black sheep or black goat. But Onyibe don't throw their own away. They keep their own. It is coded or classified as 101. One that will move out of 100. I was looking at some post online. Is it money height? Professor. Somebody say our leader is like professor. Our leader and professor, they reason the same way. Of course, I agree with you. But in the real sense, do you know professor is a thief? So how can you say our leader is a thief? But Onyibe understand the importance of family. That is why when they steal, when they are armed robber, they call them Robin Sherwood. Very wonderful name. And professor in money height now, he's an armed robber. And you are comparing him with our leader. Who told you our leader is armed robber? Well, you are checking the intellectual. But we are the one killing our own intellectual like that. If I become here, you will catch me and burn me and say I'm a thief. Have you seen Onyibe thief? They give them fine name. They understand what is family. Awusa don't know family. Fulani don't know family. But they understand the word born family and they put it in place. They put it in place. Family. So that time you are coming, IPOB one family, IPOB one family, and you give me a bet. Did you think we are family? If we must succeed, we must go back to our root, family. Family. In every family, they know they have bad people, but they manage them. A family stick together. A family help one another. A family build one another. A family will never give up on one another. Jesus had 12 disciples. He knew they were family. And so that even when Judas is a thief, he never condemned him. Do you know what is family? IPOB, one family. Not until we understand we are truly family. The enemy will be dividing us. The enemy will be killing us. We lost this value. That is why today, almost every house, senior brother is killing junior brother over a piece of land. They are poisoning each other over a piece of land. The easiest person to fight Chibuike Amechi is to, is to go and take his brother Chibuike Amechi. Because we have lost the sense of what it truly means to be a family. Now, the purpose of family. Why do we have family? Why are we family? Why are we called family? If today you are a Biafran, you don't know that we are one family. Go and look at the action of Yoruba and Hausa. You will know that we are not one family with them. There is nothing you will do that will make the nose of a dog to be white. If you like, marry Yoruba. If you like, get a Yoruba girlfriend. If you like, make your mama be Yoruba. If you like, make your papa be Yoruba. What God has written, He has written. You don't have any say there. You didn't make it. You don't have any say there. You don't need to regret. There is no need for you to mourn. That is how God wants it. Everybody must stand up and protect their family. God said, look at Ishmael. He also will I bless. For out of his lion shall come a great nation. Even though envy and jealousy will make his descendant sword to be against every man. But in the same way, every man's sword will be against him. He's the judge of us all. We are family. The same spiritual and physical law governs us. Family are there to protect one another. The purpose of family is to protect one another. Bound by one code, one disciplinary system, with one vision, one dream, that their children after them, the next generation, will have a better life. Do you know why God don't answer the prayer of a black man? Because black man allowed them to destroy his family. everybody is meant to fend and protect their family. For the black man to be reduced to rubbish and dustbin, they destroy the family. I can categorically tell you that the moment they abolish slave trade, the black communities in America begin to spring up. They begin to build companies and industry. They have their own bank. They were working very strong. Onyibe was envious, and our existence always threatened them. That is why they want to poison all of us. They destroy the white community. They did not allow blacks to have their own business in America. They did not allow the blacks to have their own community in America. They were the one who built America. They never gave them a piece of land in America. And when I see any idiot saying, hey, we are all American, we are wonderful America, why did American give land to China? Why did American give land to Europe? Why did American give land to India? Why did American give land to other breed and didn't give to black? Because they destroyed the black community. In the early 70s, they introduced crack, Igbo, kai, cocaine, built prison, begin to throw black men into prison. And the next generation of black children from 1950 to 1990, they don't have their father. All of them are in the prison. And all those American children you see today, they are all raised by single mother. That is not a complete family. That is not a standard family. Institution take care of them, and they are single mother. And now they are helping you to behave like a woman when you are a man. That's how they destroy the black community. We can talk, not until we build our community, which is our family, we are not going anywhere. There is nothing that frightens the world more than black coming back to their senses. But nobody will do this for us. We have to do it by ourselves. We have to build our family by ourselves and stop deceiving ourselves. We understand the game they play. God will save us if we deceive ourselves. And so they don't let them do job again. They were masons. Of course, bricklayer, carpenters, mechanics. They were working hard for their family. And then they start throwing them in jail. They stop giving them job. They encourage them to sell crack. They end up in prison. And all the next generation were trained by women. Now let me tell you what you do not understand there. I'm privileged to be training my children with my wife. And when I come back at home at times, or rather let me use my parents as example. My mother is a very action woman. And so a woman that have 10 boys and 1 girl. And I know they adopted 5 different sons and about 8 daughters. Because she didn't have a daughter, she adopted many children more. And so in my house, we are 22 in number. She has a job to do. She beat us and beat us and beat us till she can't beat us any longer. If she knock us, a hand will break. She resolved to using firewood. But once my father leave the gate, all of us will turn to Tarzan and Jungle Boy. But no matter what she do to calm us down, we will not agree. The only way to get us is, let your daddy come back. That is when you know that we will born again without evangelism. The moment we say, let your daddy come back, we now become good children. In fact, as my father enter, typhoid fever don't hold us. Serious fever. My father will say, this one, they are very quiet. I hope all is well. Then we stay in one corner. We'll be begging my mother, please now, don't tell my daddy. Please now, mommy. Because you go no say head in a part of body. And now you see the difference. And so when you are trained by a single mother and you are misbehaving, I don't blame you. Because you don't know what is discipline. You don't know what is family. You don't know that there is a role a man is meant to play and there is a role a woman is meant to play. But for the love that bond the people together, it is the mother that generates it. And now you see they have role to play. And so it is the love of our mother that drives us to do what we do more than the love for our father. And any society, any family that lives by that, they will not have a future. But other people protected their family. They built their family. They look at China now. They are looking for her to take over Africa so that they can deport their population there. That is family. Am I condemning them? No. But what about you? You governor selling our land to China. You minister that have the power and you are selling everything. Where is the sense of family that you have? And after every of this, your governorship and senatorship and all the hopeless position you will enter, you will die and they will be chasing us from one end of the earth to another because you don't know what is family. There was a purpose for family. And that is for us to come together, concentrate our energy and strength to one place. Reasoning like one. Though we are many, but becoming one impenetrable unit. When you that was the purpose of the family. The family is very important. Because when you act as a family, the enemy will not be able to divide you. When you are guided by the principle of family, the enemy cannot do anything to you. Yorubas, as you can see, for instance, have been divided more than you can imagine. But because they held on to their sense of being family, you almost notice the division among them. Because the moment they come out, they say, everybody sheathed their sword. But you will never know that Yoruba Muslims are planning how to wipe away Yoruba Christian. You will never know that Yoruba Ogomo is standing aside and watching Yoruba Muslim and Christian disgrace themselves. But the knowledge of family held them together more than you can imagine. No, you can imagine Tinubu now using one drug addict and one mad woman to be talking to us. That is family. You can imagine Hausa Fulani. They don't understand the family in the same sense we understand. When they tell you, we are deporting Alamajiri, who are the Alamajiri? Do they have father? All these Buhari, Gowon, Yakubu, all of them, do you think they have father? Do you think they have father? After today now, they will tell you, say their mother is doing 80 years birthday. They will forget that they are 80 years. Do they have mother? Or they will go and do their mother remembrance day. Do they know their mother? Do they know their father? But even at that, they understand the need. Why? They must be family. It is verifiable. Biafrans are one family. It is verifiable. Our father came together to this land with one vision, being driven by one purpose, with one mindset. That is why nobody is fighting anybody until Nigeria came. The Igbo man today is vindicated from every lie and blackmail against them that they are domineering. Because in the whole land of Biafra, before Nigeria came, the Igbo man did not conquer anybody. Fulani, who are foreigners, has taken over Hausa land. Even encroaching Yoruba land, they are not domineering. Today, I know there is artificial crisis or land dispute between Abia and Ebonyi. Sorry, Abia and Akwa Ibom, Ebonyi and Cross River. These were the handwork of Obasanjo Igbo didn't take your land. Igbo respected everybody, irrespective of the fact they have population almost 500 to 1. Yet they never conquered anybody. That is because their father understand what is family. Today, do you know the meaning of family? Do you understand the implication of family? Go back to your roots. Almost every home is broken because you have lost sight of the true family. A family heals themselves. A family live together. A family are willing to die together. A family take care of each other. Biafran, you are one family. Do not let anybody tell you otherwise. And of course, like I said, this is just the introduction. From our next presentation, we begin to look into the main purpose of this study. I want you to know the origin of family. I want you to understand the purpose of family. I want you to see the importance of family. And then we pray to the Almighty God to take us back home to Biafra land. I'll be back in a minute.
It's Mr. Pro. I'm doing it. Yeah. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. United Nations. I'm going home. Chukwuagama. I'm going home. I'm going back to Biafra. Going back to Biafra. My motherland. Biafra. My fatherland. Biafra. Son of a lion is now eating grass instead of sucking blood. Oh yeah, I remember I was acting in my homeland. I am a slave. I am a servant in a foreign land. I wanna go back home and sit upon my throne. I wanna restore my dignity. Yeah, I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. United Nations. I'm going home. Chukwuagama. I'm going home. I'm going back to Biafra. Going back to Biafra. My motherland. Biafra. My fatherland. Biafra. Our house has been on fire. That's why we run helter skelter on our land. There are vampires, and that is why we flee and scatter. We are gone, but not forever. But very soon we shall gather. Repatriation, repatriation. I wanna go back home and sit upon my throne. I wanna restore my dignity. Yeah, I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. United Nations. I'm going home. Chukwuagama. I'm going home. I'm going back to Biafra. Going back to Biafra. My motherland. Biafra. My fatherland. Biafra. Back home we see incarceration, we see subjugation, economic strangulation, marginalization. We also see Islamic invasion. They come with oppression, killing and maiming us. They do that with impunity and aggression. We need emancipation from this British confession. Concussion. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. United Nations. I'm going home. Jubiladama. I'm going back to Biafra. Going back to Biafra. My motherland. Biafra. My fatherland. Biafra. Modern day slavery. Political asylum, so many years on exile. It's time to gain our freedom. I'm tired of washing toilets. I'm tired of cleaning the streets. I'm tired of the street life. I'm tired of working in plantation. I wanna go back home and sit upon my throne. I wanna restore my dignity. I'm going home.
Yes, of course, as family, we need to go home. I understand the havoc that is being carried out in Biafra land. We understand everything going on, but believe me, if as a family we fail to stand as a family, I tell you, we cannot do anything. And so what do? Go back to your roots. Ijo man, go and find out why more than 90% of your fathers were married to Igbo woman. Igbo man, go and find out why your fathers fought to protect others on their expense until they came. If we must push them back, there are principles we need to put in place. And I want to believe it starts with the family. I joined IPOB because we are one family. And so when we become 2 family or 3 family, there is no need to be there. And so anytime you are doing anything as IPOB member, understand that the greatest miracle, the greatest achievement cannot end up in slogan. It must be lived out. And that is IPOB, one family. And of course, at this moment, our lines are open. Our WhatsApp line remains 070-815-45642. 070-815-45642. Our direct line is 081-221-52971. 081-221-52971. And the special number for the female is 081-288-58614. 081-288-58614. Caller on the line, are you still there?
Onyibe.
Monitoring spirits. Good evening from here. Go ahead, please. IPOB.
One family.
Carry go.
Onyibe. You are highly welcome back to your platform to restore Biafra. And that is exactly what we are here to do. Onye ọbụla si Biafra kịta abịata awa abụọ. Ọ ga-agata n'ala nyụrụ mma. Ọ dịghị agbanwe Chukwu okike abịa ma ị dịghị agbanwe oke mmụọ oke ebube. Ọ dịghị agbanwe okwere mkpado ya. Ị dịghị agbanwe otu ahịa dị na mbue. Oke mmụọ oke ebube chi Biafra Chukwu okike abịa ma. Makwụsịtụ nke a dị ozi oke mmụọ oke ebube Chukwu okike abịa ma. Come to the on your phone. Let's not put in America chapter 1, verse 4, 17 and 18. Number 1, whatever comes out to all for the conscience of your language. To go to Kabia, Hebrew chapter 9. Hebrew chapter 9. We will never wait for him to come back and take us. We are waiting for him. And this Taliban wants to convert us to another religion. And at the same time trying to take our land, they are telling me and they put their tongue down. Let me tell you people, everybody, as far as you are a living human being, tell them not the car is here. I'm telling you people don't know what's coming. Psalm 24. Chukwuka is the owner of everything on this planet, including Trump. Yes, Trump and Chukwuka. I should ask you this question: do you go to sleep and protect yourself while you are sleeping? You have for every ammunition. For that time you go to sleep. Where did you go? And because of my love and my respect to you, that is why I'm still remaining resolute. Because you are the children of God, we don't just insult people. We are the job, we are not seeing any party. And you can't carry that. I'm not thinking that that's the okay. That you was so full, okay. Let's get on here now, I said, Ogo mo be that lawyer and more for that. So that's the more not that. Can I get some Biafra on your panel? I'm no secret. Just an area, that's the for a payment get Maka Chupa Biama, who begin a lot of Biafra for the you know long, take a canka. On your work, I find you. On your time, there's one make a layer. Oh, when you're pretty up where I'm going to put Kadama Gribu. Oh, was the one that they got up the island to Yahweh. What I can do is I'm a marble. I will put them up. I think I'm morning. I'm going to have a deal ship on the working. Look, and we can. That I think. 16 and chapter 16. And listen, 16 is very, very important. This is very well. It's an assignment. I'm doing my own work here. I have abandoned every nonsense. Want to go to Kapiama. It's a private business. You have shocked me himself. And that is why he said, his name is Banapa to get this life. Let me warn you people to take that road. Everybody on this planet, whether you are a government, I will say, go back to your house. You people don't know what is coming to you before. Man, Onyibe, come to the top there, but come here, I can under command that for you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Very much. Everybody must hail Biafra. There is no two ways about that. My people, the war that have been staring at us in the face. If we march as one family, our enemy will even run out of their land. And this is one thing they don't want. But we shall expose all of them. IPOB, one family that our leader started with us, will not end as a slogan. We must leave it out. We have always been one family. We remain one family to the end. Are you there, Kola and Waza?
Sir? Yeah, George Onyibe, may your days be long.
And you too, my brother. Go ahead.
May your days be long. Thank you for coming back. You are imparted with a great wisdom. Thank you so much. This going back to your roots of this one family, George Onyibe, truly you have taught me a great lesson. This place is an institution of learning. Before I forget, my name is Ichiem Kokwa. I hail from Ise Alambano in former Osama Ancient Kingdom of Okigwe Promise. George Onyibe, you will live long for us. You will live to see Biafra and your family for the great sacrifice. The lion, if our leader, Mazem Nandekano, if he's the first lion of Biafra, look, Jumbo is the first lion of Biafra. Then our leader, second lion of Biafra, George Onyibe. For you stay in that hot seat of Africa, there in that land, so-called useless country, broadcasting from that place. George Onyibe, you are the second lion, or the third lion of Biafra. You will live long for us. You are God with His infinite mercy.
My brother, you people's present is what inspire us. Your present is our inspiration. If I know I have people scattered everywhere in the world, Fulani will not kill me and go away. It is because we know you people are out there. That is why we are able to do what we are doing. All of us here. And that is one family we're talking about, my brother. Go ahead, please.
God bless you, sir. God bless you, sir. I have imparted to wisdom and knowledge for this. So you see what everything our black race suffered in America did not give and say this is a place known by Africa. If anything, no matter whatever Iboma would do, or no matter whatever Iboma would do to Yoruba man will always mock you at your back. No matter anything, even in the church of Yoruba man, no matter any type you pay there, the member of that church, the audience of that, not the audience, the private inner circles of that church, do not regard you as a member of that church. They look at you as a useless person because you are from it, because you are called Biafra. George Kano, so I say George, I say my African rep. You made my day. I'm calling from Japan anyway, but you have made my day now. So now I can sleep. It's almost 18 minutes after 4 early morning here. This lockdown makes us we don't sleep anymore. So
thank you very much.
Made my day. Listening to your voice, you have imparted another great wisdom to my own knowledge. I am grateful.
Very much.
God bless you and protect you. I'm saying, okay, Oria Afo Nkwo Ogadregima. The Lord will protect you. Thank you, sir.
Very much.
God bless you.
Yes, sir. Caller on the line. Good evening from here. Ada, good evening from here. I think I lost her, and we must continue. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from?
Say you always know now. Yeah, main brother.
The early man suspended by the zoo. IPOB.
One family. They suspended and recalled me. Now I have suspended myself because they are messing up. That's a station of telling lies. Thank you very much, my brother, Onyibe. You see, my hearing your voice this night, your serenous and melodic voice this night when you were praising God in your own special way, gingered my life this night. So I want to thank you. God Almighty have made you because I missed you. I even told Mazuche before I missed my brother George Onyibe. Thank God you are now talking with us. And this program you introduced this night, you promised to expatiate on it. Then by then I will have more things to say because for me this night, I'm just very happy to hear your voice. Somebody told me this morning that Mazi George Onyibe is back. And I was on the road. I said, until I hear their voice by myself. Now that I've heard their voice by myself, I praise the Almighty Chukwokika Biama. I will call again to talk more when you expatiate on this very topic you are talking this night. So I am very happy. This is your brother, Mazi Ndukokoro, the award-winning man from Ibere. Thank you, sir. I will call again.
Thank you very much. We must continue. As one family, we will push the enemy out of our land. Call on WhatsApp, are you there? Call on WhatsApp.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening from here.
Good evening to you. Thank you so much. Much later. You're welcome back. Good evening, fellow Biafrans, friends of Biafrans, and lovers of freedom. The blessing of our precious Chukwokika Biama that reside in the highest heaven will continue to be with us. My name is Sugo, and I am calling from Enugu province this evening. Onyibe, Chukwokika Biama will continue to be with you. Welcome back. I want to addition my voice on the issue of back to our root. Back to our root. At the same time, it's a family affair. All the whole family in a planet Earth, they get where they come from and they get what they believe in. When our brother Mazi Onyibe continued to tell us that we must return back to our root, it's doing us good. But for those of them that doesn't welcome back all this good information that is coming from our platform, Radio Biafra, you will hear them saying he is trying to return us to ancient way. But I want to ask you, those people that you are imitating, do you know that that is their own culture that you are imitating? Whenever you hear back to our root, you will think that what our people is doing in Radio Biafra is a joke. It is good for us to continue to follow. When it comes to one family, Chukwu Okike Abiama remains the strength of the leaders of IPOB, at the same time, the faithful and honest members, because the unity of this wonderful family remains the target of the enemies, Mazi. A lot of us, we don't know this, but I have to hit it on the nail, the head of the nail, so that everyone will understand this. When they succeeded in dismissing us, Chukwu Okike Abiama will not welcome that. They have finally succeeded. That is the reason why, as it is now, the enemies continue to look forward to put destruction in the mix of those that come together and hold hands together and say, we are one. And Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to use our leader and to push him to tell the whole world the truth. And that truth remains the foundation of this wonderful family. We must go back to our roots. At the same time, we must continue to be united, because that unity remains our strength. Mazi, I just want to say you are highly welcome. Welcome back. A lot of people is happy to hear your voice. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother. We must continue. Like I said before, there is nothing greater than the family. Nothing can compare with the family. Are you there, caller on the line?
I'm here, Judge Onyibe.
Good evening from here. Go ahead,
Somebody's
please.
on the air. Somebody's on the air.
Stop listening to your radio. Go ahead.
Judge Onyibe, good evening, sir.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
My name is Tim Moyaki Bundo. I'm calling from Aba. Master Judge Onyibe, may Chukwu Okike Abiama bless you and keep you in the Biafra cause. You are a good man. You are a wonderful man. Judge Onyibe, we are one family. Hello, Master Judge Onyibe.
My brother, go
Hello,
ahead.
Sir.
Go ahead. Stop listening to your radio.
I'm hearing you. We are not only an ordinary family. We are a big family, Master Judge Onyibe. Hello, sir. Yeah, I'm here. We are very big family. Hello, sir.
Yes, a caller on the line. Are you there?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
My name is Katra Chukande, calling from Aba, Biafra land. I must have to say that I'm happy to hear your voice again. Yeah, welcome back, sir. We are sorry for what happened to you. We heard what happened to you the last time. We are very sorry for that. And we pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will strengthen you and your family. Now, the Judge Onyibe, we so much miss you all this while. In fact, it's like something has gone out of my body since I've not been hearing your voice. But in the morning when I told them to my radio, I heard your voice, I was very happy. Though I called, but we couldn't get you. Enemies will try, they will try as much as they can, but they can never get you. They will never succeed. And we are heading to their land, no two ways about it. And for the topic we are treating this night, many people did not know the name of family, like you said. Being a family means that we have to deal with one heart and one mind. But it's unfortunate that many people are coming into the family to sabotage. Thereby, they will not allow the family to stand. But as long as IPOB is concerned, it will stand, despite their trials and obstacles. As we are coming out of this Passover, the Lord will bless us with our righteous heart desire, which is freedom. And whosoever do not like this freedom will be prison all the days of his life. I sign out from here. As a Judge Onyibe, may God bless you and bless all IPOB worldwide. The name of Chukwu Okike Abiama.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, a caller on WhatsApp. Are you there?
Yeah.
Good evening from here.
Hope I'm coming out.
Loud and clear. Go ahead.
Good evening, Chineke. Good evening, my Onyibe. You are welcome. Welcome back. Good evening, lovers of freedom all over the world. Madam Ojukwu is speaking from Barcelona here. I'm using this opportunity to salute everybody, all IPOP worldwide, our able leader. You have done a wonderful job 2 days ago with your broadcast. I'm still expressing my happiness. So may Elohim, may Chukwu continue guiding and empowering our leader. Anything he tells us to do, let us do it because our freedom is near in our door. Master, you are welcome. I almost said Elohim Chukwu continue protecting you and all Biafra all over the world. That is my happiness. That's the reason why I say you are welcome, Machineke. At the same time, mothers, wake up. I'm always saying it. This struggle is most important, mostly for we mothers. You see this virus that they brought out. We Africans will have our remedy. Almost every time, as you always advising us to go back to our roots. What is the remedy of this virus? When a mother finds lemon and the ginger and they cook some, that is small leaves. That's what I'm giving. That is the most important remedy. There's some people, they will say it's bitter, they don't drink it. This is the remedy of this virus. And everybody be careful. Nothing like English injection or medicine. We Africans, we have already want to go back to our roots. So especially mothers, continue making that our roots. Let your husband know and your family. Coronavirus is not for we Biafrans. It's not for we are the children of light. The people who produce coronavirus, the thing will go back to them. But I'm very, very happy. Just 1 minute, I want to say you are welcome and good evening every day. Elohim bless all Biafran worldwide so that our freedom is near. Thank you very much. Thank you and good night from here.
We must continue.
Thank you, Mazi.
Yes, a caller on WhatsApp. Are you there?
Yeah, good morning, Mazi George.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Good morning. Yeah, I'm Buchenna Eze. Mwawoye Anambra Biafra land. Nsi Cambodia abo. Nsi kankele shukule ya mele isindo wile zuro. So
go ahead and stop listening to your radio.
Okay, so nzi ka nkele Chukwu ebe o mere chigatakwa ọzọ maka anyị emisiele ọtụtụ oge maka oge a ihe nsogbu ọnwụ ka nwanne gị oge a ma Chukwu ma nke ka mma so anyị sịrị ekele dịrị Chukwu so otu ichigatakwara na ka anyị bịakwa mụrụbakwa nkụzi akụziri anyị so
thank you very much.